Kia ora, and welcome to the CH1000 course. In this short video, we're going to look at what's in the course, what standards I should study, how do I find my way around CH1000 and OTL, and how I manage my study. So, if you look at the course and assessment guide, which is really important, you should be sent it, otherwise download it from OTL. You'll find there are up to 17 booklets in the course. It is booklet based. You will not be doing all 17. The course is supported by videos on OTL. There are simulations, and there's also practical work. There's a variety of different boxes that we will send you during the year. Now, if you look at page 8 and 9 on the course and assessment guide, you'll see there that there are a number of standards. You'll see there are 8 standards you can do in total, although 2 of them, or 4 in total, but there are 2 exclusions, so the most you can do would be 6. So let's have a look. That is an external exam based one, so is that one, so is the 90933, as well as the reactions 90934. The internals, you can have the chemistry application, which is an open book report. There is the practical aspect. There is the fuels. Now you have to choose between either the fuels or the exam on carbon chemistry, because there's an exclusion. You can't get credits for both, only for one of them. Similarly, there's an exclusion between the 90947 selected reactions and the exam reactions. You have to choose one of them. Right, so on page 5 of the assessment guide, there are your 4 external standards that are examined by an end-of-year exam, and the details for the internals. So the fuels topic is an open book, so you can refer to the booklets, you can refer to the internet, but it must of course be in your own words. There's a practical investigation, so if you like practical work, that is a really great task to do on chemical reactions. If you can't get hold of the practical works, but you have access to the internet, there is also a photo option. Then there's also a practical investigation, the 90930, which is only practically based. You can't do that any other way. And then there's another open book report based on acids and bases that you do in the acid and base exam. So what standards should you choose out of these 8? So let's look at some examples that you could choose, see which one you fit into, and you can tailor make it. So if you like hands-on practical work, you like messing around with chemicals, you start off with the acids and bases. Because this course is a more academic course, you are expected to write at least one exam. And so the acids and bases is the one you start off with. So that has got quite a bit of practical work in it. And then you do the, going back to the top left corner, there's the practical work, and then the fuels, then the reactions. All of those involve quite a bit of hands-on practical work. If you have problem getting equipment, you might be on a yacht or somewhere, or overseas, or you just simply can't get the science boxes for some reason, then, but you have access to the internet, then a good option is the one in the top right hand side, where you start with the acids and bases, then you do the report, a 2-credit report on acids and bases. Then you can do either the fuels or the exam, carbon, or the reactions, and you use the photo-based. And you can again choose the booklets, either the exam booklets or the, well, there's only actually one set of booklets for that, as you'll see there. If you like internals but you want in depth, so that's in the bottom left, then you would do the work for the externals, but you would do the assessment tasks for the internal. Now you have to, as I say, do at least one external. And then if you really want to do as much as you possibly can, then those are an option. As I say, you could do as much as you possibly can and do some internals as well, but that's where you do all 4 externals and the 2 internals. Now, let's look at how we navigate our way around OTL. So we're going to look at the OTL now. Now, there are different ways you can get started. This is the obvious place. There's the course and assessment guide, but let's go to the Let's Get Started, and you'll see These two buttons give you the topic web page, and that will give you the main menu. So if I go over there, you'll see what we refer to always as a topic web page, and you'll see there are videos to support your learning. You click on here to get to the different lessons. You can download the booklets from here as well, although there is an easier way. So if I wanted to go to What is Matter, then that gives you, as I say, some of them have some games and so on, and just to help you with your learning. Now, the other option is always going to the main menu. Now I'm going to go to the course home up here, which gets us back to this page. Now the main menu is, you can access down here, is very useful. So you'll see, for instance, there are the booklets for each of the different standards. So you'd start off with the acids and bases, and then you would go on perhaps to the literacy one, which gives you 2 credits for literacy as well. That's the open book report. And you just could go to the ones you would like to do. You'll find there's a link over here which gives you all the booklets. So it's all on one page, the teacher marked assignments and the booklets, very easy to click and download. The other option, link from here is also, say you don't know your chemistry teacher, or you know your chemistry teacher but you've forgotten their phone number, then this link will give you the teacher details. So there's the extension, the email, and if you've, say, forgot the surname, or you knew the surname and not the first name, it gives you some of the details and you can see what they look like. So let us now go back to our main topic, and which we're going to go on to now is how I manage my study. So have a routine. Make sure you get through your 6 hours per week. You can do it all in one day or an hour in the morning or whatever suits you, but make sure you have a routine and stick to it. Organize a workspace. If you don't have a workspace, like a nice desk inside your room, you can use, say, the dining room table. Use boxes to keep your work in order. If you can get to advisory and you can't get boxes easily, ask your teacher to bring them. So use the bottom box of one to put in the work as it's coming. So what you haven't done yet and the work you're going to be doing that day, put in the lid so you know immediately what you're going to be doing. When you've finished that work, the booklet is complete, put it into the lid of the second box to be posted. Make sure you post it straight away. You want feedback as soon as possible. Don't wait till you've got 2 or 3 booklets done. And then when the work comes back from us to you with the assessments, comments, the teacher feedback, the teaching notes, keep that in the bottom box. So when, say, you want your dining room table for meals, it's very easy to throw your pen and your calculator and so on into the boxes and stack them to the side. You just flip the lids over, and it's very easy to organize. Now, how do I make sure I get through the work so I don't suddenly have a whole lot of work just before the exams? In the course and assessment guide, there's a term-by-term guide that you could use. Personalize it. Let's do it as a close-up. So, for instance, in the first week, you might want to make sure you've got all your stuff, you've organized this workspace, you've worked through OTL, you know how to find your way around, and as you finish the work, you tick it off and cross out those standards you want to be doing, and make sure you get through the work during the year. Don't leave big gaps and try and catch at the end of the year. Right, all the best for your studies. I look forward to meeting you or chatting to you or talking to you. And remember, contact your teachers, because the more you contact us, the more feedback and help we can give you. Goodbye.